Hello, viewers. A very warm welcome to Triangle Tour once again. Tonight, we've got a very special guest with us, and he's none other than Mossimo Zitti, co-owner Mother Cocktail Bar. Can we have the pleasure and privilege to have Mussi on the screen, please?
Good evening. How we doing?
I'm fine, Mussi. How are you?
I'm super good. Very. It's another good day in the land, even if those winters destroy me. I'm from Rome, so sometimes the weather. I feel the weather.
Oh, fantastic. So, as I was saying, Massi is yet another veteran on our show from the hospitality industry, the industry which has been quite badly hit
Oh, for
by
sure.
the crisis. And as we are almost, a year through this crisis, we would love to hear right from you as to what it had been, what you have been through, what is going to look like, and all. So, Massi, first of all, welcome to the show on
Thank
Triangle
you so much
Toronto.
for inviting me. It's for me a pleasure to be here.
Great, thank you for your time. And the very first question, as we were talking, off the stage, that certainly it's the hardest hit place industry that you are in, right? The
Yeah.
hospitality industry, particularly the business that you represent, has been badly hit.
I will also add on top of whatever you're saying that my bar is 1 year old.
Yeah. So it's been
So
even more
it's pretty
challenging,
new.
for you, right? So things were even more difficult for you for that.
Oh, very. Yeah, much more.
Yeah. So we want to hear the experience. I mean, how hard it had been.
So absolutely, I think it's more than anything, it's a mindset. The mindset as soon as the pandemic happened was to be very positive, to think forward, to think stronger, faster, better. And actually, we were probably one of the first business in Canada to pivot our business, becoming after 24 hours a grocery shop called Pantry Boxes. Pantry Boxes did pretty well for the first 2 months. We sold almost 650 boxes. We did charity. We did help people that couldn't get out of the house. We became hero without knowing to become hero, which was amazing. We had people coming and shopping with us, thank you, telling us thank you so much for what happened. We also worked 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, doing something that we never thought we would do in our life, which was putting vegetables inside boxes. I'm a trained bartender. I've been bartending for 20 years. I run bars in 7 different countries in this world. I would never thought that after 1 year, to open my own bar, which is it took 20 years to open your own place, which is that's enjoying the process, and that's the beauty of it. Once you got it, your mindset is strong. So you close down, but you open all the doors, and that is the secret of us still being here and me being here talking to you, telling about the stories. If my and our mindset wouldn't be as strong, I would probably won't be invited in the show for sure.
Yeah, that's I appreciate that, and I really love the way you have handled and sailed through the entire crisis, I may say.
Yeah,
But
we're still good.
yeah, but then again, maybe it was not the same for many others, right?
Of course.
The strong, the much that you had been through as a person, as a business, you had been quite strong. You had been quite innovative. Looking at things from different angles and really, strongly facing and confronting the situation. Many people have not been able to do that, right?
Absolutely.
So they closed their doors, and
Yeah.
around 10,000 businesses have shut down. So, what do you think? I mean,
So I
why?
believe I was we were also lucky because our ship is very small, which is obviously the bad thing is like, we were busy since the first week in this bar, man. We opened the bar and the bar was busy straight away. We had a great financial year, which is, as I said, in UK I was running 7 bars at the same time and I did many openings. And the first year, normally, you don't make any profit really. You working to build your brand, to build the bar, to build, anything that you want to build. And Mother was acclaimed immediately. We had we still have a very good, strong team. We had a very strong identity. We think, and I believe, we still have a very strong identity even after the pandemic. And what happened was that as soon as the pandemic happened, we basically didn't have really a choice. It was a choice to what we want to do. we want to, just lose everything or just carry on and fighting and trying. And, and that's a lot of people didn't do that. And, I spoke with many of those bar owners, and, I'm happy all the time seeing them, and everybody asking me, how is it possible that you're so positive about things? I'm a very positive person in general. So I do think that the glass is always half full, I always put myself that 3 years ago, I didn't have a bar. And now I have a bar during a pandemic. I still have a bar. So I got to do my best to make sure that we innovating, that we are happy to come to work, that we come to work. I've seen some places that they just lock the place down and, do something else. I've been here every single day apart Sundays, sometimes Sunday too, since the first lockdown.
Oh,
and that was my commitment on not leaving my ship going anywhere. The good thing, and that's Taslim, that this is a small ship. So when it's a small ship, at the moment, for instance, this place run with 2 people operation. It's myself and my business partner, Austin. And, we keep our philosophy strong. We keep our integrity strong. We have since the beginning, actually, of this bar, we believe in a cooperative community system. So there's not competition. The competition is growing up all together. If someone is competitive, as just happened 2 weeks ago, we actually let go one of our business partners. And the reason was that he was very competitive. Funny enough, this guy now is winning a lot of competitions. And I'm very happy for him, but it didn't really fit the system that we wanted to integrate, or we integrate in the past, and we will integrate in the future when this place will reopen, hopefully as soon as possible. I also want to add that when we actually opened in the summertime, we were very lucky to be very busy almost every day. So, we kind of take the little few months like some gold in a bank, I say. That's probably the best way to put it on a business structure. We also did a lot of B2B, so business to business. Over here, working very closely with some major brands like Woodford, like Patron, like Grey Goose, people that invest their money and invest their times on our beliefs. And, and those things is people, sometimes bars that just has money to brands, we build project with them. So I personally spend 50 to 40 to 50 hours a week thinking about how we do this better. How Patron can give us a finance to open a terrace that will have a theme and we do a pop-up. So that's very, very different ways to see things. If you see the glass that is half empty and not half full, unfortunately, you should be self-aware that those things might happen. You might close your restaurant or bar. As I said, the ship is small, so we were lucky enough that 2 people operation could carry on to make not profit, but at least not lost,
Yeah, but one thing, I just wanted to know, what really went on your and Austin's mind when you were first hit by.
What, do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Fuck. That was what really was. I was like, oh my fucking God, this is happening, man. Are we really closing the bar without closing the bar? What we fought for. No, it was actually very funny because I'm Italian, my business partner is Chinese, and he was in China during Chinese New Year.
Okay.
When all this stuff happened. So he was there and he was calling me and saying, bro, you don't understand what's going on here. I was like, what's going on there, man? There's a pandemic and everybody's at home and we can't get out. Wait a second, speak with my mom, that she's Italian. She's like, oh man, you don't understand what's going on. He was like, Mom, what's going on? Are you okay? It's like, no, this is pandemic. This is going to be the end of the world. I was like, what do you mean the end of the world? So I was like, Austin, man, we're not going to fucking close the bar. I'm not going to let that happen. I promise you, it's not going to happen. But what happened, that as soon as my mom said, look, you're going to close the bar, we spoke with, obviously, Austin that was in China. We also tied up with a very good friend of mine, which is called Jeff, as a Jeff Edwards, great chef, great guy. Actually just opened a spot down on Queen Street, which is, I love it. And, those guys from Ration Lab, which is basically a kind of a 3-4 chefs put together, some hands, and we created pantry boxes, right? Trust me, man, we created with no ego, not knowing what that was going to be. I wanted to do a bakery, but that was so selfish that didn't work. Shame, because I think bakeries is the best thing in the world, because that's what I learned. Now I'm making a lot of bread.
I can see that in your LinkedIn and in all your social
Yeah.
profiles. I can't make bread, but you know, I can.
I sold around 600 lofts since lockdown.
Oh,
But this hands. So I was like, okay, I was really into it even before, but not like making it. I was like, okay, now is the time. Now I got to shine. What happened though, that these things, the pantry boxes became viral. BlockTO did a huge thing about us. The national news came here. And brands, I did some B2B with brands, and brands were buying, 30, 40, 50 boxes at a time to send it to bartenders, chefs, friends, team. We worked our way to have a consistent relationship with people that they don't want us to leave. They don't want us to close. And that could be our customers, our guests, and our brands, and our friends. Because some of those brand managers, they bartend with me for a long time. We know each other for years, and they respect you as a person. So because they respect you as a person, they don't want to see all your dreams going, in the bin, because it's not fair.
Yeah.
I would do exactly the same for another person that I think it's got a great product, a great, I would say, bar, or great business in general. And, I will support. I go to my coffee shop called Milky's that I live in Dundas, and I go there almost every day because I like that coffee. I like the service, and I don't want them to close. If they don't work hard, they might close anyway, because I give $4 a day, $5 a day. You don't pay the rent with that. Expanding that family, expanding that circle of people that are very interested to your business and your product, I believe it's one of the keys to carry on doing business, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you create the whole community around your brand, around yourself, so that they're there for you. At times you need, at times I mean, regardless of doing business, you need to be surrounded by the people, the community that you belong to, that you create.
Of course.
And you have done it so gracefully, and congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And
the beauty, for instance, it's to kind of expand that, especially during this period. I'm a person that I'm a very family based. I'm a father myself. As soon as this pandemic happened, all I really wanted to do, man, is fly to Rome and be with my grandfather and my grandmother. I'm gonna be very honest to you. Unfortunately, life, it's not like that. I'm in the other side of the world. Also, the 93 and 87 years old, so they can't get out. My grandfather's getting crazy, bro. This guy's been working since he's 94, and he's been working since 91. It's been working since he was 91 years old, 3 times a week on selling fish. He done it for all his life, almost 90 years, and he can't get out of the house. I know the guy. The guy's getting crazy about this. So all I'm saying is I'm a very family driven guy. So at the beginning, you got to build your own family. If you build your own family and you're good at what you do because you're real, you don't go, if you trust someone, if someone trusts you, you don't see that trust. You want to carry on and, be there when you got to be there. And people will notice that, I'm not saying you're going to be famous and open 20 bars or make millions, but you have the satisfaction inside you that makes you so aware that you're very lucky to be here and do what you do. Doesn't matter what it is.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And talking about this satisfaction, talking about this whole intrinsic factor that people have in themselves, how did you? How did the name of your bar came out as Twin Mother?
Oh yeah, very simple. So when I was in UK, I was lucky enough to run 7 bars, and one of those bars was called Science and Industry, and we were very focused on science cocktails. So we had a full equipped lab. I was again lucky enough to play with all these tools for 4 years, no stop, almost every day, and we were very, very, very focused on redistillation. So fermentation was not a big thing for me, to be honest. I was intrigued, but not really into it. When I moved to Canada, man, all this $30,000 lab, it was gone. It was in UK. So I was like, oh shit, I got to do something, right? What do I get good at? And I was like, fermentation.
Yeah.
Because what do you need for ferment, man? It's very basic.
Yeah.
So I started in my basement by myself, fermenting basically everything. Little by little, I really go into this. When you really love, your grains become your little children. You don't have a dog, so I don't have a dog. So I have scobies. And your sourdough starter, you can make bread, but you understand about starters. And there's many, many, many different things that now at the bar, for instance, we experience daily, which is amazing. Bear in mind, I think I'm years away of any good fermenters in the world, because I also need to run a business, and I really need to run a bar and all the operations of it. So I would love to dedicate myself much more on fermentation. It just for time's sake, you really can. Especially the last year, man. The last year, I'm not even competing anymore. I normally do cocktail competition. I love them. I love the adrenaline of it. This year, when I decided, do cocktail competition, or do I save my business? You
Yeah.
you put a little thing on a weight.
Yeah.
So what happened? That I compete actually. That was 3 years ago. I compete for the world class Diageo here in Canada. I was working a bar chef at the time, and I'm crazy about John Lennon. I'm crazy about the
I have
Beatles.
seen John Lennon all across your Instagram, all
Oh
across.
man, I have a band with my daughter. So we actually have a band. I don't know if you noticed that on Instagram, but we do have a band. We
I
perform.
have seen you singing with the guitar. Do you have the guitar
I
somewhere?
don't have a no, man. You should tell me before this that I would have bring one. Are you joking?
We'll have another session with your guitar.
Done. I'm in. I'm in, man. I'm so in about this stuff. So yeah. So basically, what happened that if you remember about John Lennon, he was
Yeah.
called Mother Yoko Ono because he was older. So that was one. The second, obviously, mother is one of those words that when you study fermentation, it kind of replicate. It's always there. The scoby is called the mother. The sourdough is called the mother. The vinegar scoby is called the mother. And I was like, can I fucking call my bar mother? Like it's pretty fucking boring, right? I don't know, but it's such a common name that I would never think use it. So what I did, I wrote down mother like that on a paper. This is a true story, and my wife can tell you everything about this. She took that mother sign and she made this logo.
Oh, really?
Exactly. She's not even a graphic designer, man. She's not. She's a photographer. She's not a graphic designer, but she made this logo. And fuck, man, when I saw, I was like, shit, this is a bar. I need to find money. I don't have money. I got a lot of talent, or I think people say that, so I'll just take it. And I'm a person that trains. I'm a person that doesn't care about the stars. I really don't care about the stars. I really care about enjoying the failing process. I love this. I changed countries 7 times. When you change a country, man, you don't have anything.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that you start gaining. And it doesn't matter. Economically, doesn't matter. It's yourself inside, and you want to get there because it's beautiful, because it's the process, it's the evolution of yourself. So what happened that I started to, I was working a bar chef, and one guy came in, and this guy couldn't spell the word vermouth. So we started laughing and talking, and I was like, oh, man, I got this idea. I want to have a bar based on fermentation. And it was like, oh, man, I introduced you to people. I had around 20 to 30 meetings with people that didn't even speak English sometimes. Sometimes I had in front of me young kids, Asian young kids that didn't speak a word of English, A, and B, they were not even their money. They were father money, so he had to ask to his father. And all I was asking was $15,000 to start my pop-ups. So I would do events very slowly, this progression stuff. One day, I actually, I was actually kind of lost, not lost there, but I was like, okay, man, maybe this is not going to happen, and I'm going to just work hard more and, try and better people. I had another investor that was actually Canadian. And he was really keen. We had a very good meeting, and I was very happy. And after this, the same guy that I met the first time, he's like, called me. He was like, man, I think I have a guy for you. I was like, oh, man, another one? No, you don't. The man was Austin. So I got to meet Austin, and this fucking guy wants to open a coffee shop. And I'm like, bro, I'm Italian and I drink coffee to stay awake. You understand? I like, all these aromas and coffees. Also, I lived in UK so long that when I moved to UK, all the coffee were terrible. So there was not a coffee thing, There was now you can get good coffee everywhere in the world. Before it was not like that. Trust me. So a guy from Rome, used to this kind of coffee, goes to UK, the coffee is terrible. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna drink tea. Let's leave the coffee away. I drink the coffee when I really have to. So what happened that our meeting on the first time was like 3 minutes. I was like, sorry, man, I really don't have time for this. I gotta go. While I was walking, I was like, I left I always brought all my pages, right? With all the description, what mother will be, basically, my dashboard. And he was like, stop. No, actually, I think we can do something together. Maybe incorporate coffee beans on your cocktails. And I looked at him and was like, well, that's a better step. So we can start talking. And a week after, he called me and he was like, man, I want to go big. And I was like, I don't. Because I really, again, as I said before, I really enjoyed the process to get big. Do you want to have a bar on Queen Street? What about that you starting on events around town? People start talking about you. And finally, you have this place on Queen that people want you to have that place.
Yeah.
We didn't do that way. Fortunately, we had 4 events, and all 4 events were very successful. So we built it. I also won the Woodford Canadian Manhattan of the Year, which was an amazing competition. There were a lot of people, and the guy, which is Taylor, very good friend of mine, if he's listening, I say hi. It spread the word to all the rooms saying this guy is opening a bar, and that was like 3 weeks after. So I got to say that we were lucky enough to build our audience. And it wasn't just me, for sure. It wasn't Austin. It was also the guy called Josh that unfortunately is not working here longer. But at that very start, he was a great help because he was Canadian. He know a few people. So we just, we basically made it work. And as soon as the bar opened, we were very lucky because we had a very unique cocktail program, very European style to make drinks. Also, I'm very keen on, aspect of, you go in a bar. If the bartender doesn't bartend in the way that he should bartend, in my opinion, it's a loss. It's all about the service, but
Absolutely.
a good show, it's part of the service.
Absolutely.
So, we still now today we do 3 times a week still, even during lockdown. We practice. People come here and they practice their mood, they practice how to make drinks. The really simple philosophy of this place is that we want to take people from A to B in the best way possible. I'm not saying A to Z because A to Z they would be 95 years old. So I'll leave it there. So I'll say A to B. And to be honest, this year we World Class Canada again, not a big competition, and we had 2 competitors on the top 10.
Oh. That's great.
That never happened before in Canada, man.
Oh, congratulations.
It will never happen again. Actually, to be honest, Josh is gone, so we only have 1. So no, nothing gained. But yeah, basically at the beginning of the competition, we had 2, which was amazing.
Wow, fantastic. Massimo, it was fabulous, fascinating to know your story. And I'm sure, we need another 2, 3, 4 more episodes to really spend time with you, particularly one to hear out your music with your guitar playing, one to know a bit more about Mother.
You got to come for a drink, eh? As soon as we open, you got to come for a drink. Come on. What do you drink? What's your best drink? What's your favorite drink?
Martini.
Ooh. Nice. Very nice.
Fantastic. So, Massimo, we'll certainly be in touch with you for a couple more. As we are kind of reopening, the whole economy is reopening, stuffs in restaurants and malls are reopening. Obviously, we'll be experiencing a different stuff that what you have been through in the last 1 year, and things will be different maybe after 4 to 6 weeks or even 8 weeks. So our discussion around that time would also give us a different flavor and a different dimension altogether as to how business is moving, how your optimism has really resulted in great innovation and a fantastic team that you have, and holding it tight, holding it together, being so innovative, optimistic, and really survive like a king. So that we look forward, and we'll certainly get back to you for yet one, two more episodes, and one I'm sure will be absolutely on your singing, on your music part.
We got to do the smiles. We got to do the smiles, man. Taslim, we got to do the smiles.
Absolutely.
It will be fun. She sings much better than I do. So, and we actually wrote, like, man, we write songs together. So it's very funny. We are in this kind of a creative process, which is, I would never, ever think in my life I will write songs with my daughter. And it's happening to me. And I take every single bit of it as, you know, we open a YouTube channel and, you know, people saying how many followers you go, fuck that. Who cares about how many followers that, man? I have the memory that I'm writing songs and filming with my daughter. When I'm going to be 70 years old, this will be the coolest stuff I will ever watch and cry about it, you know?
Absolutely. You're right. It's all about you cherishing your life, you celebrating your life, not how many people celebrate yours. That's wonderful. Once again, thank you so much for being with us. And last of all, I give you a word that I will listen to the song Mother by John Lennon tonight, because believe me, it was I was just, you know, reading that. Fantastic. You know, somehow it is so what you call it, you know, it's a connection that probably had, you know, hearing out the Mother Cocktail Bar. You know, I was just, you know, just kind of, you know, humming this song even a couple of hours ago. Probably, if you talk scientifically, maybe Mother Cocktail Bar, mother was in my head. But then again, you know, it resonates so much because you are a Lennon guy. I love Lennon like anything. And your company bar's name is Mother. So certainly, and Mother, the big factor. Above all.
For sure. And so, that being said, I really love my mom too. So we can put that in top of all this.
Absolutely. So
sometimes it's so funny because being Italian, you're like, and I had people asking me this. It's like, do you call your place Mother because you're Italian? And you know, Mama Italian. I'm like, no, like really? That's like, yeah, like, you know, everybody would love to dedicate a bar to his or her mother, but really it just on top of it. And an Italian guy will call him Mamma. He will never call him Mother, because my mom probably doesn't even know that Mother means an
Yeah. Fantastic. Wonderful talking to you. And we'll catch up once again very shortly. All right. And Massimo, thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be there, or to be here and there. And, you know, have a great show. Good luck for everything you do, man. Thank you for getting in touch. As all these things really matter to me. So thank you.
Thank you, Massimo. Thank you.
Bye. See you later.